Hey, in studio now with Peter Facinelli, who's got more going on than I do, more than Seacrest. You're like the busiest guy in the world.
I don't know about that. Seacrest is pretty busy.
Yeah, but you're an actor with a lot of good gigs.
A lot of stuff, good stuff going on.
Let me start with something totally. There's something that no one has talked about yet.
Yeah.
And that is, are you doing Paz? Are you playing Vinny Paz?
You know, they're writing it right now. What's his name? Angelo Pizzo's writing it, who wrote Hoosiers.
Okay.
So,
Oh wow, good.
yeah,
Good story.
So he's a great writer. We're waiting on a script, and it's a cool boxing story.
It's
all a real story. I mean, Paz is a boxer who got into a car accident, and he was told he would never walk again. And not only did he beat that and walk again, he also got back in the ring and he won the title matches. So he defied all odds. Yeah,
It should be written by the Hoosiers writer.
Yeah.
And this is Rudy. This is Hoosiers.
Yeah.
This is all these comeback movies.
Yeah, no, it was a definite score to get him to write it. So he's working on a script right now.
But you'll do it when he's done with it. You will be Paz.
I would love to do it. I've met with Paz. I'm attached to it, and hopefully it'll come to fruition.
God, that's going to be could that be? It's Oscar weekend.
I don't know.
Could that be your Oscar moment? I mean, I don't know.
Let's have let Fighter have its moment
Yeah.
right now, and hopefully in the future we'll talk.
People like these movies, though.
Yeah.
The Wrestler, you know,
Yeah.
with Mickey Rourke at The Fighter.
Yeah.
Now, looking at Mark Wahlberg jacked up in The Fighter, and knowing what you're going to have to do to play Paz.
Are you saying I'm not jacked up right
You're
now?
naturally jacked up. You think you could take him?
I don't know. When I get into boxing shape, maybe we should have a one-on-one. Me and
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. We'll be in character though.
But he'll be
I
out
don't
of
wanna
boxing
fight
shape.
Mark
Forward to
Wahlberg.
that. I watched again last night in preparation for you the season finale of Nurse Jackie.
Second season? Yeah.
Yeah, the season. Well, last season's
Yeah, last
finale,
season.
and holy mackerel! I mean, it's really dramatic. I mean, she's a junkie,
Yeah.
and she's been figured out by her husband. They have an intervention.
Yeah,
It's very dramatic.
It's very dramatic, and season 3 is a fun ride too. A lot happens in this season, and she's kind of a cornered rat right now. You know, her husband knows the deal, her best friend knows the deal, and they're talking about sending her away for rehab, and that's where the season picks up.
Although very Charlie Sheen-esque of her, she seems to be the last moment, the last 2 words of the episode
Yeah.
are
Denial, denial, denial.
below me.
Yeah. I think that's the clean version.
She looks directly into the camera and says,
Yeah,
looks like she's going to resist.
Yeah, she's in denial and doesn't believe she has a problem. So that in there lies the problem.
Did you ever have, with all the success and and even when there's ups and there's downs in a career that you've chosen, which is
Yeah.
an ups and downs, a roller coaster career, did you ever have any issues with the booze and all that stuff?
Booze or drugs? No. I'm not a big booze guy. I mean, I'm always drinking the fruity drinks. It's
more
kind of
weed?
embarrassing because I'll go to a party and they'll be like, "What do you want to drink?" And I'm like, "What's that?" And they'll be like, "A Cosmopolitan." And I'm like, "That looks good." And my wife's like, "That's a girl drink." You know? So
I'll have a Bartles and James.
I'll go
have
with
a wine cooler.
the White Russian, the Kahlua and milk, with some Oreos on the side. I don't like the taste of alcohol. It tastes like rubbing alcohol on me. So like I'll have a beer or a glass of wine if I have to try to socially fit in. But I'm not the kind
Lucky
of guy
for
that
you.
has a beer in the fridge waiting for me when I get home. You know?
Peter Facinelli in studio with us and shooting Breaking Dawn right now, or is it done? Or are we in between the 2 movies? It's one big shoot.
We're doing 2 movies concurrently, so yeah, it's one big shoot, and we're flopping back from movie 1 to movie 2. We shot all of the interiors already in Baton Rouge, and now we're heading up to Canada.
And how long are you going to be up there?
Mid-April. Mid-April.
What does this do to family life? Will Jenny and the girls come up and be with you?
You know,
or
it gets very difficult. The kids are in school, so whenever I have a moment off, like I'll have to fly home and travel up to see them because we live up like 2 hours north now, so outside of LA. So it's a trek, but it's one I'm willing to make, and whenever I have a day off or 2 days off, I'll fly home.
Where do you stay when you're here in Los Angeles?
We still have our house here. It's on the market, so I'll stay there. I'll crash there. So like last night I drove in and crashed there. But I was telling Billy that I think someone's playing a cruel joke on me because they keep putting the water heater on vacation mode. So like I'll wake up in the morning and there's no hot water. So this morning like I took a cold shower and I was like, why do they keep putting it on vacation mode?
Why am I here? My family's not here.
Yeah.
Is there furniture?
No, it's like this big empty house with just one bed in it. So it's kind of lonely and depressing.
Is there a towel?
I have like the littlest towel. Like they took all the towels, and I have like this little tiny like dish rag of a towel. But thankfully,
Well, when you
I didn't get too wet because it was so cold. I think I ducked my head underwater. I was like, this is way too cold. I think I still had like shampoo in my hair, and I was with this little like little cloth. I'm drying myself off.
When you have when you're completely drying your body with a washcloth,
Yeah.
where do you go first? You know.
I usually go for the head first,
and then
work my way down.
you got to take care of the hair, or that just keeps hitting you across down the back and other areas.
Especially when it's freezing cold water, ice water.
Oh man,
It wasn't pretty.
well, at least you're alone in a moment like that.
Yeah.
Freezing cold shower, walking nude in the house. You don't want anybody to see you, especially your wife.
Life of a movie star, I tell you.
All right, well, let's sell that house so you can get back to the ranch.
Yeah, someone buy it. It's on the market right now.
It's really close to here.
You should buy it. It's a really nice house,
But
8,500 square feet.
I'm in a house. I mean,
This one's nicer.
two houses.
You know, this house John Ritter grew up in. True story.
He was a kid.
It was Tex Ritter's house.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a little history there.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool.
You know what? I'm going to buy
John
it.
Wayne used to play poker in that house.
Now are you getting a little creative license here, or is this
No,
true?
no, it's a true story. Like, he had a buddy who had the house before Tex Ritter, and my neighbor told me that John Wayne used to go to the house and play poker there.
Pamela Anderson used to play hide and seek in this house with her best friends. There he goes. I can see the
John
brochure that you're putting out there. That's incredible. So you're up in Vancouver. When you're in Vancouver next week, or leaving shortly, or?
I leave Monday for New York. I'm in the process of editing a movie that I wrote, so that's in post, and so I'll be going to New York to finish up the editing on that.
Is this the one that Jenny is?
No, that was a different one I wrote. I've been writing a lot.
How do you get?
I don't know.
Where do you have the time to write anything?
I'm a vampire. I don't sleep.
True. Probably.
So yeah, this is the second movie that I've written. The first movie was a Hallmark movie that my wife just starred in, and that aired like 2 weeks ago and did really well in the ratings. And the second movie is a feature-length film that I actually starred in and produced. Michael Carente directed it, and Vincent Gallo's in it, Michael Madsen, Joey Pants, and this girl Jamie Alexander, who's coming out in Thor, plays the lead girl. So
Wow.
yeah.
And it's what good budget? I mean, was it like?
It was like $3 million, so it's pretty
Perfect.
decent indie budget. And then I wrote another movie that I'm looking to do this summer that Carl Franklin is attached to direct, and that's a bigger, like $12 million budget.
Where do you do this? I mean, you on an airplane? You're traveling a lot. You just take out your laptop and just start writing.
At night, I like to write at night. If the kids are asleep.
Original?
my
Or you
wife
adapting
sleeps.
books mostly? Or?
No, we're all original stuff. Yeah.
Just right out of the head, or?
Out of my head to the paper.
That's fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Because you know what? The power's with the writer. The power's with the content's
I really
owner.
enjoy writing, and as much as acting. I mean, I enjoy it all. So for me, as an actor, you're sitting and you're waiting for other people's material, and it's like looking through a needle in a haystack to find something that I like. And so after a while, I think writing just came out of frustration of, I wasn't getting the scripts that I wanted to do, and then I started saying, well, what stories do I want to tell? And then I started writing. So I'm also getting into the producing side and writing, and hopefully, I'd like to direct as well. I'm directing a music video at the end of this month. So
For whom?
This guy Marco Bosco, who he's big in Europe right now, and he's crossing over to the States. So
Michael Steele, the producer of the show over here. We'll keep an eye on Marco Bosco, will we not?
yeah.